Hey friends, it's me, Pastor Doug, with another word of encouragement for the day for today, Friday, April 9th. And today's word comes out of the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verses 18, 19, and 20. And in it, we continue our exploration of the events that took place between the resurrection of Jesus and his ascension. And today, we get to look at one final moment of exchange between Jesus and his disciples. He's gathered them together, and he says these words to them. He says, "All authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Therefore," he says, "go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely," Jesus says, "I am with you always to the very end of the age." Friend, this passage is often referred to as the Great Commission. So if you've ever heard that and wondered where it came from, it comes from this passage because Jesus is commissioning his disciples. He's sending them out with a set of instructions. But here's the beautiful thing. These guys hadn't proven that they were reliable. They hadn't proven that they were trustworthy. In fact, if anything, they had proved that they were unreliable and untrustworthy. Think about it. In the Garden of Gethsemane, what did the disciples do while Jesus asked them to stay up and pray? They fell asleep. Over and over, they kept falling asleep. What did they do when Jesus got arrested? They ran away. They split. What did Peter do when people asked him if he knew Jesus? He denied that he even knew Jesus. After Jesus had resurrected, did the disciples believe it? No, they doubted. In fact, they didn't believe it at all. They went to the tomb and wondered what happened. Where did the body go? We don't know. They were hiding in a room for fear of the Jewish leaders because they didn't want to be discovered. I mean, these guys were scared. They were untrustworthy. They were unreliable. And yet, in this moment, in this great commission, Jesus instructs them and entrusts them with the future of his movement. Think about that. These untrustworthy, unreliable men, Jesus entrusted them with the future of his movement. He says, "I'm going to empower you with the Holy Spirit, and then whether or not this movement continues is going to be up to you." And friends, here we are 2,000 years later. And what can we confidently say? We can confidently say they did it. They accomplished what Jesus had commanded them to accomplish. He said, "Go into all the world and make disciples of all nations." Friends, there are 2.5 billion Christians on this planet right now, in part because these men and the women that were part of the group of disciples as well were faithful to do what Jesus instructed them to do. And friends, you and I get to participate in this movement of carrying on the gospel, carrying on the message of the crucified and resurrected Jesus. Friends, have a great weekend. I sure hope you'll join us this Sunday, either online or in person, for our weekend worship services, and then we'll pick these videos back up next week. We'll see you then.